everybody. This is Jenine Klein, and I have Mike Unguez with me today with Spokeasy Public House in the Tower District. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Jenine.
And so he's going to talk about how he has become really creative in finding new ways to get people in the door or to his walk-up window to order beers and sandwiches because of everything's been shut down. And so he's created a website recently.
Yeah, well, that was at the beginning. So this is version 3.0 now, I guess, recently. But yeah, right after the initial request to shut down, we immediately shut down, and I started like that very night. I think it was a Sunday night, in fact, trying to figure out how to make a website, thinking that it was going to be X amount of time, and it seemed like it'd be a long enough amount of time that it'd be worth it, but maybe not so long that, anyhow, we weren't thinking it was we'd be here now.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that, put it through, and spent a ton of hours building a website at spokeasypublichouse.com that essentially is just our live store inventory so that we could continue hopefully doing what we do, which is our thing that we've always done at Spokeasy is bring in lots and lots of new beers on a very regular basis, and they kind of change and turn over a lot. But if we were closed, we can't continue to bring new product. So we were just trying to find a new way to sell it.
And it's on there's draft, and then the cans or bottles are on a rotating basis.
So it's primarily cans and bottles that come like that from the different breweries. We recently just started filling 16-ounce cans off of our draft. We don't put them up on the website because we're not exactly sure how much inventory we have. So we're kind of more hand selling them at the walk-up window.
And those are called Crowlers.
Yeah.
That's the can, and it looks like a real can, and then it seals, and then the draft beer's in there. Is it like a keg, and it's only good for a little while, and then it goes flat?
So, yes, these are filled on the spot. We fill them up extremely full, so there's very little oxygen in there, but we don't have all the special equipment that like a professional canning line would have. So ideally, you should still try to have it within a day or two for it to be the best. But I've had some from other places over the years that have held up really well for a decent amount of time. So.
And then there's called the growlers, and that's a jug.
Yeah.
Correct.
And we're kind of not really filling those. We never have. It's technically allowed now under the COVID stuff. Bars and restaurants that sell food can fill growlers of beer, same as like you've seen probably other bars can now put cocktails in mason jars and things like that. So those are modified rules. So since we have the cans, we're trying to just do that because they're brand new and sanitary. With a growler that someone brings in, we can clean it, but you're never quite sure if it's fully cleaned or sanitized. So we're sort of steering clear of those.
And then you have sandwiches and
we
food.
Do. Yeah.
And there's a walk-up window that you can, guests can come in and order right away or phone
Yeah, we order
in,
right at the front.
or on the website also.
Yes, that just started. We just started doing that last week. So last week we started putting up the choices for sandwiches on a daily basis. As a matter of fact, right after I'm done here, I need to scramble back and get those up because we're open at the moment. We just opened at 11, but I didn't have time to get them up there in time before I got here. So there are none on there at the moment. But
Now you have two fellas that are on your staff, and they're called the Palzones.
yeah,
And who are they?
the quarantine.
Your
That's-
quarantine crew?
Yeah, the Jacob and Mike, Jacob Martinez and Mike Adami. They have been with me a long time. Great guys. They're really helpful. A lot of good ideas. They come up with a lot of the silly content that ends up on
your social media.
Yeah.
And then their back patio is called Narnia. And there's a man who peeks through the fence called Dave. And there's like these screenshots of him in the videos on their Instagram page that are really funny. And he's a harmless, but he looks like your downtown character. It just adds a little
he's actually
pizzazz.
a Tower. He's actually lives right here in Tower, just basically west of the bar. And does a lot of work next door at the root access hackerspace, helps them with a lot of projects. He's a really handy guy to have around, and he does a lot of air conditioning work. So, if you've got a problem, Dave probably has an answer. And same thing.
So then how did Narnia come about? What is that for your back?
Because the backyard was pretty gnarly when we started. It was, we actually didn't even know that there was asphalt back there until we removed 2 or 3 inches of dirt from a lot of it. So it just was kind of like a gnarly spot before we got started, and then we were trying to come up with a name that. So we thought it sounded kind of fun.
It does, and it was unveiled as you dug up like the book,
and
right?
Exactly, yeah.
And so then, what else do you have planned? Because you're being innovative with getting people to come in since everything's shut down. What's next on the list?
Hopefully, reopening someday.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to figure out. What to do, it's hard to figure out how the right way to go is. You've got choices over here and choices over here that couldn't be more different, and people on both ends of the spectrum wanting you to do very different things, and then you're kind of left in the middle to make the decision. And if you do one thing, you might make a certain set of customers upset that you made a choice one way, and if you do it the other way, you might also send customers somewhere else that are maybe doing things more the way they'd want. So it's really difficult to figure out, to be totally honest.
It's become very competitive.
Yeah, and in the beginning when we did the website, it went awesome, and then we noticed as places started getting different rules relaxed. So like for us, we weren't able to do much because we didn't have the sandwiches at the time. And so we technically weren't supposed to be open and operating. So we continued on with the website, and we noticed as other places started creating outdoor spaces, which we didn't really think we had the place to do, we noticed, again. And so we were like, man, we've got to do something. And so each one's just kind of been a reaction to the last. And like I said, it's kind of like version 3.0, because there was the shutdown and then the opening and then shutdown. And then we started the backyard for us, which was for us opening again. And then now, again, we're back to being closed, basically.
So what do you think when we get to open back up? Are you just going to have a great big party?
We are talking about it. Yeah. I don't know. We do have some jokes about what that'll become. We actually sort of jokingly threw a New Year's Eve party on the last day that we had the backyard open.
Just in case.
Yeah, we had a fake ball drop at 8:30 p.m. when we closed.
When everybody had to close down and be home by 10.
Yeah, we were closing at 8:30 anyhow, so we were like, come on down. We played Auld Lang Syne and did the whole cheesy joke. So.
Well, you got to have fun. This is kind of like a random bad time, and you got to kind of smile and make it happy.
I know.
And then you have bike frames everywhere. So do you love bicycles, or how did Spoke Easy, obviously?
So that's how it came about. Was in the beginning, myself and the guy who opened the bar with me. That's basically how we knew each other, through beer and bikes, and just trying to come up with a name and a theme. And it was stuff we had a lot of random parts for, stuff we knew, both things we knew a lot about, and so anyhow, and then it became play on Speakeasy for
obviously.
Spoke Easy, yeah.
And then I was in 2012 when you opened it. So you've been successful for 8 years now, and now you're jumping this hurdle with the COVID craziness. And check out his website, and go see Mike, and go to his walk-up window, order online, get some beer, get a sandwich. He's on Van Ness in the Tower District, and support small business. It's so important, and Mike's a great guy. And go support him in his pal zones over there in Narnia. And Dave, got to go see Dave.
Just might see Dave. There's a high likelihood that you could.
Yeah, and you can see Dave on their Instagram page, and and go check out all that good stuff. And thanks, Mike, for
Thanks.
coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you, Fresno. And I'd also like to thank the show sponsor, E. Coleman Sutton, DDS. Thank you so much.
If you're on Medicare and Medicaid in the state of California, you may be able to get more benefits at no additional cost. A United Healthcare Dual Complete Plan combines your Medicare and Medi-Cal coverage to give you more benefits than original Medicare. If you have Medicare and Medi-Cal, call Paris Clough, an independent insurance agent, at 559-825-1678. That's 559-825-1678. This plan is available to anyone who has both medical assistance from the state and Medicare.
With Organic Pastures Raw Milk, you're getting a product that has been meticulously managed from grass to glass. From our pastures to our dairy, creamery, and distribution, we work hard to produce a product that is safe and clean for you.
Got lactose intolerance or dairy allergies? Discover delicious raw milk and discover dairy the way it's supposed to be. We provide tours and would love to see you. Come visit the cows, watch the milking, the cheese being made, and learn all about raw milk. We're just 20 miles south and west of Fresno, California. Call to schedule a tour at 559-846-9732.
Clovis Community College may be free for you to attend. Call 325-5239 or visit cloviscollege.edu for details. We offer general education classes for transfer and short-term training programs.
Give your child the tools to succeed. The Yergubian Academic Center offers one-on-one and group educational lessons by appointment. Over 90% of our students show significant improvement in their academics in just 3 months. Students of the Yergubian Academic Center have gone on to UCLA, UC San Diego, Yale, Stanford, and many more prestigious universities. Schedule a tutoring session today. Call 559-437-3973.
Leemore Movers has been moving families and communities for over 40 years, providing outstanding civilian and DoD relocations. Our specialty is providing packing, moving, and storage services for NAS Leemore military members and their families. Call 888-776-3314 and visit LeemoreMovers.com.
Hi Fresno, this is Jenine Klein, and today I have with me Stephanee Woodward with Simply Steph, and she has quit her job after a lot of years in the corporate world and decided to get into Forex trading. And there's this whole world of training and learning, and I don't know a lot about it, so I'm going to let Stephanee explain it all.
Yeah, so back in March, I decided to take a severance package from a company that I worked for 15 years. And I had a chance to stop and reflect and think about the things that I wanted to do. and I had a little bit of time and a little bit of a means to try something that I wanted to do and kind of think outside of the box. So I started just researching different ways to bring in income. I thought about opening an Amazon store. I thought about building a business from the ground up. And it just felt so overwhelming that I didn't want to commit to anything that big, and I needed the risk to be small because I was, trying something new and trying to figure out a new way of life. And I, through my research, I found Forex trading, which is trading Forex or foreign exchange currencies in the Forex market. And so I started asking around some people that I talked to, and everybody knew about it, and they were all talking about how great it was. So I just did a quick Google search, and this really pretty young lady showed up, and her tagline was something like, how I made $25K in 1 month. And so I clicked on her link and I watched her video, and I was super engaged. I felt her vibe. I felt like it was really cool. So I started looking up she's got a membership, like an academy that she does to teach you how to Forex trade. So I did that, and I signed up for her membership and became a member of Lavish Life Academy. And I learned how to trade in the Forex market, and it was something that I fell in love with. But what I realized was that it's still overwhelming. It's hard to implement something new into your life. And, it's hard to learn a new skill. So I then started thinking that I wanted to document that transition and document wins, losses, how to add it into your life, how to even create an account and things like that. So, I started Forex trading. You have to find a broker, you have to, start with a certain amount of money, but, if you can learn the trade and you can learn how to analyze the market and the structure, you can, make quite a bit of money.
And Stephanee is a mom, has 3 children
I do.
and a husband, and she recently went to school and got certified. You get graduate to be able to trade, right?
No, so I actually, I've been in college for a while, and that was a goal of mine, is to finish my college degree. So I just on Monday submitted my last assignment, and I'll be getting my my bachelor's degree in technical management in about 8 to 12 weeks. So that was a huge milestone for me. And technical management is really about project management for me. I'm really good at organization. I'm really good at creating processes and procedures. So I started so that's what I went to school for, and trading kind of falls in line with that, just because I'm good with numbers, I'm good with charts, I'm good with analyzing things. So my goal is to have multiple sources of income. I think it's important for everybody to have multiple sources of income and to not rely on one thing. And so I'm trying to, trade. That's one source of income. And then I'm going to try to freelance my skills with organizing, creating processes and things like that. So that'll be a second form of income. And then I'm working on getting my notary public license.
And so there's 5 sources of wealth or income coming in. And the academy that you went to, it's
Lavish Life Academy.
Lavish Life
Yes.
Academy. And,
Yes.
and on their Instagram, they have different mantras that talk about how to go about your daily life to maybe save X amount over a year,
Yes.
or a thought process, or to read books or read 20 pages a day.
Yeah.
And so this has become a new habit.
Yeah, it's like a challenge. So you challenge yourself to do something different outside of the box. So for me, I'm investing in Bitcoin $5 a day. For 21 days, and Bitcoin just hit a monumental number. It just went over 20K. So each Bitcoin is worth 20K, and just earlier this month, it was worth 17. So within a matter of a month, it's gone up like $3,000. So So that's one thing. And then saving money. So I'm going to be saving money every day, and I'm going to invest that money in stocks for my kids. So, if it's an $8 stock and I can buy, each kid 10, then, by the time they're my age, they will have something big. So, yeah, that's the challenge. And you're right. It's to create a new habit and to save and to think about, what you're doing and where you're spending your money. I bought Bitcoin earlier this month. I put in $90 and I had $96 by the next day. And I was like, wow, that's a cup of coffee. That's, like if I were to take that $6 out, I still haven't lost any money. So.
And then if there is risk, though, involved, it can fluctuate and then drop down. It's like gambling in a way, but not gambling. That's how I see it.
I think that it's easy to assume that it's like gambling because it does fluctuate, but that's where you make your money. So, when I trade, I try to trade at either the bottom of the trend or at the top of the trend so that I don't have too much money that I'm risking. So if I get into a trade, I try to, you can move your limits. So once I'm in profit, I move my limit up to that, so I can't lose any money once I'm in profit. Sometimes I only make $7, but I didn't lose any money, so if I'm not losing, I'm winning. And sometimes I make $200. Sometimes I can make $150 in 2 minutes. It just depends on, what you're trading, but it is a skill you have to learn. You're going to lose some trades, so you want to put multiple trades in so that you can cover up the ones that you're losing. And you really want to know what you're doing. It's a skill that you have to learn. Lavish Life Academy taught me everything I know about trading, and I think that it's something that anybody can do. Like, you don't need to do this all day. You just need like 20 minutes. Like, I wake up at 4:30 a.m. I look at the market. I put in trades if I want to, and then I come back at 10 o'clock and see where they're at, and if I want to stay in, if I want to get out, where I'm at. So.
And then is there computer software that you have to know to read the charts to see what's trending?
There is. Yeah, there's different things that you can use. I personally use an application called MetaTrader 4 to submit my trades. That's how I enter in and out. And I use a website called TradingView, which is free. And TradingView allows you to look at the charts, mark them up. It gives you news. It gives you pretty much everything that you need to know. And then I'm a member of Lavish Life Academy, so I can go to, I enjoy going to the webinars and, looking at the analysis from other traders. She's got a whole community. Ruby has a whole community of traders. We have like a group chat that we talk through, so I'm never trading alone because I've got that community with me.
Well, Stephanee, I'm so proud of you because you became your own boss.
Thank you, yes.
You're creating your own life. You got out of something that you were in for 15 years, and you're doing something great, and you have 3 children and a husband, so you're an inspiration to all the ladies and men out there that don't think they have the time or the energy or the know-how. It's all available. And thank you, Stephanee Woodward.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming on the show. And thank you to Ecomun Sutton DDS, our show sponsor today. Thanks. Bye.
Weedman Lawn Care of Fresno, California is a locally owned and operated lawn care company providing environmentally responsible fertilization, weed control, and integrated pest management services. Call Weedman Fresno at 559-266-1624 or visit them at fresno.weedmanusa.com.
You enter this door with expired tags. Beyond is another dimension. A dimension of regulations. A dimension of long waits. You have reached the registration zone. What looks like an ordinary shop is actually Mitchell Smog, located in the heart of the Tower District, a few minutes from the DMV. Mitchell Smog offers your vehicle a STAR-certified smog inspection. So remember Mitchell Smog when you need to pass through the registration zone.
Pour yourself a glass of Crybaby wine, available at the market and Sam's Italian Deli. And remember to ask for Crybaby wine at your favorite restaurant.
The Saga of Bridget and Amanda by Carol Love Forbes brings to life the struggles of historical women in early America. Find the Saga of Bridget and Amanda on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and order your copy today.
Carol Co., the Valley's leader for no-cost energy upgrades. Now installing AC motors, Nest thermostats, insulation, and more. COVID-19 safe. Call Carol Co. at 559-396-3939 and visit carolco.net.
If you're on Medicare and Medicaid in the state of California, you may be able to get more benefits at no additional cost. A United Healthcare Dual Complete Plan combines your Medicare and Medi-Cal coverage to give you more benefits than original Medicare. If you have Medicare and Medi-Cal, call Paris Clough, an independent insurance agent, at 559-825-1678. That's 559-825-1678. This plan is available to anyone who has both medical assistance from the state and Medicare.
With Organic Pastures Raw Milk, you're getting a product that has been meticulously managed from grass to glass. From our pastures to our dairy, creamery, and distribution, we work hard to produce a product that is safe and clean for you.
Got lactose intolerance or dairy allergies? Discover delicious raw milk and discover dairy the way it's supposed to be. We provide tours and would love to see you. Come visit the cows, watch the milking, the cheese being made, and learn all about raw milk. We're just 20 miles south and west of Fresno, California. Call to schedule a tour at 559-846-9732.
Clovis Community College may be free for you to attend. Call 325-5239 or visit cloviscollege.edu for details. We offer general education classes for transfer and short-term training programs.
Give your child the tools to succeed. The Yergubian Academic Center offers one-on-one and group educational lessons by appointment. Over 90% of our students show significant improvement in their academics in just 3 months. Students of the Yergubian Academic Center have gone on to UCLA, UC San Diego. Yay.
Hi Fresno, this is Jenine Klein, and I have Kiri Dixon with me, and she is a self-proclaimed gym rat. And what she has done, she has created for herself consistency, patience, health, in order for her to feel good about herself and create a new nutrition and healthy way of lifestyle for yourself. So how did you do this? Because you know the secret. So many people want to know how to do this and can't achieve it. How did you do it?
It started off with consistency, patience, and you have to rely on yourself. You can't rely on anybody else. The only way you can do that is you. Like, only start off with you. If that's truly important to you, you will find a way to do it. If don't, then you'll find an excuse.
And then you have these large, I don't know what they're called, that you lift over your head. I mean, you can lift a ton of weight.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get to that point?
Oh, geez. It first started back in February and March. It was before COVID started. When I started up with the 5-pound dumbbells, and I did have to make sure I eat enough increased protein in order to grow muscles. In order to lift heavier weight, you have to eat more if you want to do that. So it took me a couple months, depending how consistent you are.
Have you accidentally not had enough protein and put stuff in your body and then you saw your body deteriorate a little bit?
Yeah, there are times that I actually not eat enough protein because I do set back due to some stressful time and tough time during the COVID pandemic. There are times that I fall off the track, and but I do have to remind myself that you're allowed to step back. You just need to get back on track. Just make sure you get back on track and make sure you eat enough protein.
And so now you have a gym in your house or your garage. You turned it into so you can still do your daily routine and keep on track. And so how did you do this? Did you just get donated from stuff? Is this from your own personal collection? How did you have all this equipment?
It started off I had my first 2 5-pound dumbbells, and I started buying some more dumbbells. And I started buying some mats and collecting more fitness equipment, especially during the first lockdown. The gyms were forced to close, and you can't go to the gym when they're closed. So at some point, you're going to have to start your workouts at home. So I set up my gym in the garage. At first, I set it up in my bedroom, but that didn't work, so I just moved it to the garage instead, and now it works better.
And then, and you have lost some weight, but gained a lot of muscle.
Yeah.
And so, what journey have you had to go through to get to this point? Was there some obstacles you had to hurdle, or what was it like?
It felt like a lot of kind of like a barriers in the beginning. Before I started it, I started to go through some weight loss because I went through numerous bad friendships, and I wasn't eating healthy. I overeat a lot, and I would drink Diet Pepsi a lot, and it got to the point where it made me decide that at some point I need to lose weight. Like, I need to make a change, and I knew that I'm not doing healthy. I'm not making better choices. So I went to a doctor just to stay safe, how to lose weight safely. So she told me to start with portion control and start your physical activity, go to the gym, work out at home. So I started that since. It did take a while, but it does require consistency and patience. It doesn't, you're done overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to do it consistency to see the results. So I ended up losing 48 pounds in, a long time. I can't even remember how to count, but it did take a while.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
And then you do a lot of TikTok videos, and in your videos you showcase how your muscles are. Her arm is, but then her muscles this big, and it's hard to see in her in her jacket there, but it's really cool. You have to go check out her Instagram page and see her journey of how she's changed, and she's gone through some life challenges, and then how she's overcome them by taking care of herself and feeling good about herself in this particular way.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool story, and I enjoy talking to you about it because it's really inspiration that you can do that. And
Yeah.
it's really cool, and your videos are really cool, and it's like she's tough, and she doesn't take no crap from anybody.
Yeah, I take no SHIT, excuse my language.
That's all right. Yeah, I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. But thank you so much for being on the show and sharing your story.
Yeah,
It's really
absolutely. Thank you
cool.
for having me here.
Absolutely, 100% anytime. Thank you, Fresno, and we'll see you soon.
If you're on Medicare and Medicaid in the state of California, you may be able to get more benefits at no additional cost. A United Healthcare Dual Complete Plan combines your Medicare and Medi-Cal coverage to give you more benefits than original Medicare. If you have Medicare and Medi-Cal, call Paris Clough, an independent insurance agent, at 559-825-1678. That's 559-825-1678. This plan is available to anyone who has both medical assistance from the state and Medicare.
With Organic Pastures Raw Milk, you're getting a product that has been meticulously managed from grass to glass. From our pastures to our dairy, creamery, and distribution, we work hard to produce a product that is safe and clean for you.
Got lactose intolerance or dairy allergies? Discover delicious raw milk and discover dairy the way it's supposed to be. We provide tours and would love to see you. Come visit the cows, watch the milking, the cheese being made, and learn all about raw milk. We're just 20 miles south and west of Fresno, California. Call to schedule a tour at 559-846-9732.
Clovis Community College may be free for you to attend. Call 325-5239 or visit cloviscollege.edu for details. We offer general education classes for transfer and short-term training programs.
Give your child the tools to succeed. The Yergubian Academic Center offers one-on-one and group educational lessons by appointment. Over 90% of our students show significant improvement in their academics in just 3 months. Students of the Yergubian Academic Center have gone on to UCLA, UC San Diego, Yale, Stanford, and many more prestigious universities. Schedule a tutoring session today. Call 559-437-3973.
Leemore Movers has been moving families and communities for over 40 years, providing outstanding civilian and DoD relocations. Our specialty is providing packing, moving, and storage services for NAS Leemore military members and their families. Call 888-776-3314 and visit leemoremovers.com.
Weedman Lawn Care of Fresno, California is a locally owned and operated lawn care company providing environmentally responsible fertilization, weed control, and integrated pest management services. Call Weedman Fresno at 559-266-1624 or visit them at fresno.weedmanusa.com.
You enter this door with expired tags. Beyond is another dimension, a dimension of regulations, a dimension of long waits. You have reached the registration zone. What looks like an ordinary shop is actually Mitchell Smog, located in the heart of the Tower District, a few minutes from the DMV. Mitchell Smog offers your vehicle a STAR-certified smog inspection. So remember Mitchell Smog when you need to pass through the registration zone.
Pour yourself a glass of Crybaby wine, available at the market and Sam's Italian Deli. And remember to ask for Crybaby wine at your favorite restaurant.
The Saga of Bridget and Amanda by Carol Love Forbes brings to life the struggles of historical women in early America. Find the Saga of Bridget and Amanda on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and order your copy today.
Carol Co., the Valley's leader for no-cost energy upgrades. Now installing AC motors, Nest thermostats, insulation, and more. COVID-19 safe. Call Carol Co. at 559-396-3939 and visit carolco.net.
Fresno, this is Jenine Klein, and I have Staff Sergeant Salazar with me today. He is a U.S. Army career counselor. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going really good.
All right.
So I have you here today because I wanted you to tell us all about what it is to be in the Army and what are some of the misconceptions and who do you recruit? What are the qualifications?
All right, cool. That's some good questions. So I do represent the Army. Okay, I've been in for about 9 years, and pretty much my job out here is to look for individuals who are qualified, but also who are willing to accept the challenge and pursue their education, their careers, and pretty much use the Army's incentives to help them achieve their goals. So that's it's my main mission out here. So
where are you from originally?
So originally I'm from San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a long way.
A long way. And then are you the first person in your family to be in the military?
And yes, my immediate family, yes. And like in the Salazar family, yes, I am.
And what inspired you to join the military?
Man, that's what I tell everybody. It's like the number one question. I wanted to travel. I wanted to see the world. I did college for about a year, and I sat in school, and I was like, you know what, maybe school isn't for me, because I wanted to travel, and I looked around to my left and right, and people were just buried in books, and I was like, you know what, maybe there's a different calling for me, and so I looked to the Army, and that's what
And
I
then
did.
there's some careers in there. I saw there. It's called a red hat, a parachute.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so tell me what those are.
So you're talking about a parachutist, a red
Yes.
hat. That's a parachute rigger. So
Okay, what is that?
So someone that rigs up the parachute. So I'm airborne qualified.
Okay.
So I'm able to jump out of planes.
Okay.
So my job before I became a recruiter was I'm a 19 Delta Cavalry Scout. So pretty much I'm the eyes and the ears of the battlefield, the first one out in the field, and my job is to survey and do reconnaissance. Now, it could be, the bad guys or like a small town, stuff like that. And I just collect all that information, send it back to my commander, and push it forward.
And then so the parachutist, he would make sure that the parachute is in there correctly. So if a person jumps out, it'd open up.
Yeah.
That sounds like a stressful job.
It's pretty nerve wracking. So like that's an extra duty on top of on top of my job. So I volunteered to go airborne, to jump out of planes and stuff. And that was about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and I loved it.
What is the
awesome.
craziest story you have that's made for TV that you can tell me about the Army?
The craziest story. Oh my goodness. It had to be one of my jumps. It was one of the scariest but funniest things that ever happened. And I was getting ready for my first jump and my first night jump. So you go to school at Fort Benning, Georgia, to learn how to jump. You do 5 jumps. You do 3 daytime, 2 nighttime. But like me, I was scared of heights, so I closed my eyes every jump, and that was a nighttime jump for me the whole time. So after that, I went to my unit in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. That's where I was one of my duty stations, and I had to do a night jump with my unit. And I was scared. I haven't done it in almost a couple months because I went on vacation for Christmas and stuff and spent with my family. And then so there I was actually jumping out of planes and doing my job, what I trained for. And I was so scared because the door opens, right? You standing there and all you see is just pitch black. It was a night jump. So it was pitch black. I see the clouds kind of because of the airplane. And I was just like, oh my, what am I doing here? And the green light went off. It was burn, loud noise. And jump master was like, go. And I jumped out, just screaming all the way down. And as I'm going down, I'm getting tangled because I didn't jump out right and properly. And I started spinning. So what happened was my parachute got tangled, and it formed like a cigarette roll. And I was just going really fast. And I was like, oh my God. And so I pulled my reserve and I look up and my reserve just goes, what? It doesn't even go up or nothing. It was funny. And then, so I came flying down and I hit the ground and I was just like, and I was okay.
You actually fell out of an airplane and hit the ground.
Yeah.
And lived to tell about it.
Yeah, it was scary. It was nerve wracking. Everyone saw it. They're like, oh dude, you all right? I was like, I'm okay. I didn't get hurt or nothing, and I didn't have to go see no doctor or nothing. I just got up and I was like, oh man. I was like, how many more years I got here? They're like, you got 3 more. I was like, man.
You're Army tough,
yeah.
man.
So,
you lived to tell about it.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
And so then back to recruiting.
Yeah.
And there is training you do on Thursdays. If a person signs up, you help them for basic training.
Yeah.
What is that about?
So it's called the Future Soldier Program. So I get individuals ready who is signed, because everyone thinks it's, hey, you go to the Army and you sign a contract and then boom, you're on the bus, you're going. And it doesn't work like that. So you got to wait 30 days, right? And within that 30 days, I have to get you ready, or I get you prepared physically, mentally, and then so some of the things to do is like I do a bunch of marching. I get them ready to how to march, how to do different facing movements, drill, military ceremonies, stuff like that. And then I do that for about the 15 minutes, and then we get into the workouts. It's a lot of running, a lot of sprinting, every Thursday at 5 o'clock.
And then what are some of the misconceptions about the Army that you could tell people about that? They're like, no, that's not true.
Everyone says that, oh man, so everyone immediately thinks, hey, I'm gonna go off to war. Everyone's immediate reaction when I say, hey, what do you think about joining the Army? Oh, I don't want to go to war. Well, there's different options, different programs in the Army where you don't even have to deploy or do any of that stuff. If you join the reserves, which is the part-time option, you only work 37 days out of the year, you can knock out your school and stay here. Especially if you got a family or if you're enrolled in school full-time, they're not going to send you out because the Army's paying for you to go to school, right? And then I've seen some individuals who've been in the Army for, 7, 8 plus years, even 9 or 10, and they've never been overseas once. So it's pretty much the luck of the draw. It depends on the unit and depends on what job you pick. So there's so many different jobs. It's awesome. So.
And then what is one of the most popular jobs that people pick, or is there one, or is it, spread across the board?
Oh no, it's the most popular one that people come in asking for is to be a military police, to be cops, because a lot of individuals want to come in, like, hey, what is something you want to do outside of the Army? They're like, well, I want to be a cop after the Army. So I'm like, okay, well, military, I don't think military police is good because the Army's going to teach you how to do it the Army way, right? And then when you get out of there, right, you're going to have to go to, the Fresno PD, CHP, and they're going to take you to their academy and they're going to teach you how to do it another way. And so some of the bad habits you'll keep from the Army will follow you. It's just natural. It's natural. And so what I like to say is make yourself more marketable. Choose a career that you can use out here, but also bring to the field, because when you're applying for these state jobs, federal jobs, they're going to see your resume and then be like, oh, you have military experience. Awesome, we'll take you. I don't care if you're a plumber, electrician, a scout, you just jumped out of planes, any of that stuff. They'll take you right off the bat. So
To support the veterans.
Yeah.
And then there was, on your Instagram, you were talking about the VA loans for home, if you wanted to get a home loan.
Yeah.
And as a VA, there's a 0 down payment. I saw that video. So that was a cool perk of being a veteran or in the military right now.
Yeah.
And
100%
so,
true.
and then what else? Oh, there is a big Call of Duty tournament.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. We have the gaming trailer.
Yes, the gaming trailer. That's what I was looking for.
It's a national asset. It goes all over the world. So it comes to California every so often. So it makes its way down south. And so we have the truck for about almost a week. Actually, we have it until January 8th. Okay, and now that I get the things correct. And I want to do a bunch of tournaments. I want to be able to connect with people, because I know COVID and all that stuff, it's really difficult. And I think we have about 6 or 7 gaming consoles in that trailer, PlayStation and Xbox. And so my idea is, how are we going to connect all these people when they're stuck at home? And people like myself, I'm 28 years old and I like to play video games. So I'm thinking, how many other people want to play? And then so let's connect these people and let's have a tournament, because it's fun. It's reaching out to everybody in the community here in Fresno. And I invited all my future soldiers to come, and they're always there, because we parked it at Walmart, the one on, oh my goodness, right on Shaw and the 99. There's a Walmart out there. We parked right there. Mm-hmm. And then today we're actually going to take the trailer to River Park and do it out there as well and see who comes in. So
and then how can they get a hold of you? Can they email you, text you, DM you through Instagram if they want to show up or to meet you? How does that work?
Usually I post my Instagram, so it's staffsergeant_Salazar. And I reply to messages really quick. My email is the same. It's all my information's on there as well. It's jacob.d.salazar2.mail@mail. It's a super long email, and and then by cell phone as well. So everyone calls me at 559-817-8628. So.
And then if you go and talk to Staff Sergeant Salazar, you're not signing up. You're not he's not going to hold you down and make you sign on the line. You're gonna get just some information and
100%.
And just find out a little bit about it.
Yeah.
So don't be intimidated. Because we love our military.
It's awesome.
And so thank you for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
And get in contact with him if you have any questions.
Definitely.
It's important. And thanks so much.
All right.
And
Thank
I'd
you,
also like to thank our show sponsor, E. Coleman Sutton, DDS. And we'll see you soon, Fresno.
All right.
If you're on Medicare and Medicaid in the state of California, you may be able to get more benefits at no additional cost. A United Healthcare Dual Complete Plan combines your Medicare and Medi-Cal coverage to give you more benefits than original Medicare. If you have Medicare and Medi-Cal, call Paris Clough, an independent insurance agent, at 559-825-1678. That's 559-825-1678. This plan is available to anyone who has both medical assistance from the state and Medicare.
With Organic Pastures Raw Milk, you're getting a product that has been meticulously managed from grass to glass. From our pastures to our dairy, creamery, and distribution, we work hard to produce a product that is safe and clean for you.
Got lactose intolerance or dairy allergies? Discover delicious raw milk and discover dairy the way it's supposed to be. We provide tours and would love to see you. Come visit the cows, watch the milking, the cheese being made, and learn all about raw milk. We're just 20 miles south and west of Fresno, California. Call to schedule a tour at 559-846-9732.
Clovis Community College may be free for you to attend. Call 325-5239 or visit cloviscollege.edu for details. We offer general education classes for transfer and short-term training programs.
Give your child the tools to succeed. The Unguez Academic Center offers one-on-one and group educational lessons by appointment. Over 90% of our students show significant improvement in their academics in just 3 months. Students of the Unguez Academic Center have gone on to UCLA, UC San Diego, Yale, Stanford, and many more prestigious universities. Schedule a tutoring session today. Call 559-437-3973.
Leemore Movers has been moving families and communities for over 40 years, providing outstanding civilian and DoD relocations. Our specialty is providing packing, moving, and storage services for NAS Leemore military members and their families. Call 888-776-3314 and visit leemoremovers.com.
Weedman Lawn Care of Fresno, California is a locally owned and operated lawn care company providing environmentally responsible fertilization, weed control, and integrated pest management services. Call Weedman Fresno at 559-266-1624 or visit them at fresno.weedmanusa.com.
You enter this door with expired tags. Beyond is another dimension, a dimension of regulations, a dimension of long waits. You have reached the registration zone. What looks like an ordinary shop is actually Mitchell's Smog, located in the heart of the Tower District, a few minutes from the DMV. Mitchell's Smog offers your vehicle a STAR-certified smog inspection. So remember Mitchell's Smog when you need to pass through the registration zone.